Hi guys, it's Danielle Watkins, Head of Nutrition and Food Development for Mellors. I'm done this short clip for you, just then you know what to do with each component of the allergen pack that you've received. If you're an existing site to Mellors, there will be a few changes, so please disregard the old procedure that we had, the paper document, and it does get replaced with the new procedure that you'll have received in the post, which I'm about to show you now. If you're a new site to Mellors, then welcome. We're very pleased to have you on board, and hopefully this short clip will help you to understand further what you need to do with the pack. This is your purple folder. So your purple folder is the allergen management folder. This folder is designed to stay in the kitchen at all times alongside the kitchen diary. So when we visit your site or when the EHO come to your site, this document must be alongside the kitchen diary in the kitchen. Please don't put it in your office or out of sight. If you as the manager aren't available on site at the moment that anybody visits, or if you're in a different area of the building, your team members will be able to need to access this. It is a working document and you should refer to it throughout the week when you are dealing with allergies or intolerances. So please don't lock it away anywhere. Have it visible, have it next to the kitchen diary, and then it is accessible for all. I'm going to take you through each of the elements of the pack that you've received, and then I'll talk to you a little bit in more detail about the purple folder. We've then got your food allergy sign. The allergy sign is to be displayed at every service point in your dining room. So if you've got multiple service points, so if you're a primary school, you could do packed lunches from one area and you could do hot meals from another. If you're a senior school, you may have a pod outside. You could have several service points. So every service point needs this sign. This sign is so that the customer knows that they can ask if they have an allergy or intolerance. It is a legal requirement, and we do require that it is at every service point. If you don't have enough of these in your pack, then please contact Laura in marketing, and Laura can arrange for you to have this delivered. We also have a copy of this on the staff room as well. So in the interim of receiving your bumper delivery, please can you ensure that you print a copy of this off so every service point does have the signage up. If you're an existing site to Mellors, you will have a similar sign to this already that's already up. Due to the change in legislation, so the new law, we have amended the wording on this sign. So please read through the sign and please replace the existing sign that you've got. Now, I know that you may face a few issues because the signage can be stuck to the wall. So if you think about taking it off, you may rip some paint or you could cause damage. Don't let that stand in your way. So if you are nervous about anything like that, please speak to your area manager or the caretaker on site, and they can support you in getting this the old signage removed and the new signage replaced. It is imperative, really, really important that we have this sign up because the new wording is what we need. So if the EHO come, they will be looking for that as well. So please ensure that that is displayed at every service point. We've then got a new back of house signage. So when I refer to front of house, so this sign is front of house, customer facing. And when I refer to back of house, I just mean in the kitchen. So front of house is for the customer and back of house is for our team. We've done a 14 allergy sign. This is to be displayed in the kitchen. Again, if you've got multiple kitchens, please ensure that you've got multiple signs up. So each kitchen has this sign up. To accompany this sign, we've now got new stickers. So when you make produce and you store it in the fridge, if you're making, as an example, tuna mayonnaise, then the tuna mayonnaise won't have a label on it that advises what allergens are in. So if you make that on Wednesday and then one of your colleagues goes to use it on Thursday, they won't know what has gone into that. So if a customer has an allergy request, we will need to ensure that we've got a sticker on any made up products that go in the fridge. So what I've done is you get those stickers again from marketing, and literally it's got the 14 allergies and a tick box at the side of it. So I've produced this poster that can go in the kitchen as well. So if you are making any items that you're going to store in the fridge, you can then tick appropriately what is in there. If you check the label, the information will be on bold as to what 14 allergies are in the products, and then you can take that information and put it on the sticker. And again, this is to be displayed in the kitchen. If you get any questions, you can always use this then as a reference check. We've then created an allergy inquiry flow chart. So in education, we have the procedure. So for each child with a special diet, we would have a special menu designed especially for them. However, if you have a visitor to the school or you have a teacher, then they may come up to the counter because they won't have the special system in place. They may come up to the counter and ask you a question. So what I've done is I've done a step-by-step guide. This again is to be displayed in the kitchen. So again, if you've got multiple kitchens, you'll need to have multiple signs up in each kitchen. But this just gives you a step-by-step guide of how to deal with the enquiry. The first point of call is obviously that they'll have seen the sign and they know to ask. Then they will be asking you what is in the food that you're making. Your primary school recipe pack and your secondary school pack have all that information, so the recipes are in there. If you are tweaking a recipe, so we've got a lot of experienced staff members at Mellors, if you are tweaking a recipe in any way, or your cook is tweaking a recipe, you need to ensure that it is amended in the primary or secondary pack, because you do need to have backup evidence of what your information you're giving to the customer is accurate. So the recipe pack acts as that secondary support tool. You will then follow each of the steps that is on there to give the customer and advise the customer accurately so that they can make an informed choice about what they want to eat. It's very, very simple, but it just, if you do get asked, then you've got the information to hand. So these two documents that I'm just showing you now are classed as the back of house signage, and these instructions are made for you as the catering manager and your kitchen team. Then you've got your front of house signage, as we've just gone through, which is designed for the front of house for any customers, any visitors to the school, so that they know that they can ask about an allergy. Then going back to your purple folder, so we know now that this needs to be displayed in the kitchen at all times, so it needs to be available and next to your signing in document. When you open this, there is a signing off sheet. So what you need to do as the catering manager is read all of the sections. There's not loads of information, so it won't take you too long. Read that information and then sign to say that you understand and you are implementing that document. You then need to get each of your staff members to sign and read this as well. So they need to read through it, each member of the team, put the name down and then sign to say that they understand it and the date. You, as the catering manager, are responsible for any new staff members that you have. So if you get a new staff member that joins the team, as part of their induction, you need to ensure that they have read through this document and you have pointed out the signage that we've referred to. They need to read through it and sign and date. If you get a new staff member and you don't get them to read this and sign and date it, if they get a customer inquiry and a customer or visitor asks them a question and they answer that incorrectly and we have an allergy incident, we are going to be checking this book to ensure that the team member has been signed and authorised. And it is your responsibility to ensure that your team are trained. So if you are the catering manager, it is important that you ensure that you do this. Because if you don't, then there is going to be performance issues, because we need to ensure that our customers are safe. But it is dead simple, as I say, and I know that you'll all do that anyway, so we don't need to worry about that too much. So get them to read this and then you sign and date it. There's information in the front about the training that we deliver on food allergies. And then I've broken the sections down, so primary school, secondary school. So just refer to whichever one you are. If you're a primary school, just open it up and then you've got your step-by-step guide of how to deal with allergies. What you've also got then is your information on nuts, but you've also then got a parent pack. So we understand that in a primary school especially, it's the parents that we tend to deal with as the children are very young. So you've got a parent pack that you can give to the parents, and then you've got your step-by-step procedure of how to deal with the allergens. Within here as well, we've also got some blank forms. So when you get a child that registered with a special diet, you fill in this form and then you can sign and date it with the parent. If you are in a senior school, we've changed it ever so slightly in the fact that you've got your step-by-step guide, so you know exactly how you're dealing with the allergies. You then got your information on nuts, diabetes, And then what we've actually done then is, instead of having the parent pack, we've now got a new student flyer. So in a secondary school, the students are a lot older, and they can manage their allergies quite sensibly. So we've got a poster, so we can put that out, and then they know that they can come and speak to you as the manager. If a parent does want to deal with you, then by all means, that is absolutely fine as well. However, we thought that we would receive more buy into this if we got the students, if we reached out to the students as well. Now, as most of you will be aware, because it's been on the news, there is a new law coming into place called Natasha's Law, which will be live in the next couple of years. Natasha's Law is about all packaged food that we sell, so it won't really affect our primary schools, but it will affect our secondary schools. So we're still waiting for the government to make announcements on this, but I have put a small section in there as well. Just then you're aware of it and you know to look out for it. When this does actually become live, we will be sending you out a bumper edition of information that you can then insert in here. And then just finally, we've got a section in here on product labels. So if you are decanting any products in the kitchen, you do need to be able to still give the customer the information on what allergies are present in the product. So it's really important that if you decant and remove any boxes, that you do keep the product label of those boxes. I've put you a few plastic wallets in the back of the pack, and then you can easily just insert them in there. Please don't just take off the wrapper of one product and then leave it in there forever, because products do change. So it is important that when you've used that product, remove that label and replace it with a new one. You may choose not to decant, which is absolutely fine. And in that instance, you would have the information available anyway, because that will be on the packet. And that is pretty much everything. I just wanted to give you a short clip, and then if you do have any questions about it, you can refer to this clip, or by all means contact Laura Whiting, who is our company nutritionist whilst I am on maternity leave, and I'll be returning in August. So if you do have any questions for me, then I will also be available then. But Laura is fully trained and able to answer any queries that you have. Excellent. Thank you very much.